Have you saved drawings and art you made as a kid, or art that your kids made? What about the drawings of your grandkids? I'm Linda Sadgaz with FamilyHistoryHero.com with 3 ideas for you on what to do with them, including a really fun new idea I just got from a friend. When my kids were little, they loved to draw, like most kids do. So we ended up with a lot of drawings, and it wasn't practical to keep them all. One day I threw away one of Caleb's drawings, and I guess I wasn't very discreet about it because he found it and came into the living room holding it up and saying, "Look at this! I found it in the garbage. Who would throw away a beautiful picture like this?" Oops. But it really isn't practical to keep all those pictures, is it? At least long term. So I think most of us moms did what I did back before digital. We chose some of the best drawings from each stage of childhood and stashed them away along with the paper photos. So let's talk about 3 things we can do with children's art, plus one additional piece of advice for today, whether it's your kids or your grandkids. Suggestion number 1 is so simple you may have already guessed it. Take a scanner and digitize them. A lot of art paper is low quality and starts to deteriorate pretty quickly, so digitizing will preserve the drawings and take up a lot less space. Should you keep the originals? That's up to you. What I plan to do is ask my kids what they want to keep and toss. If they want to keep any of the originals, that's fine with me. Later on down the road, their descendants may decide to toss them, and that's okay too, especially since there's a digital version. Once you've scanned the art, suggestion number 2 is to put at least some of it in a book about your family. That's what I did with my husband's art from his childhood. I put it in the book I made about his life from birth to high school. Here's another example of putting children's art into a book. I accompanied a friend of mine and her 2 grandkids to the zoo and made a book for them from the photos I took. Olivia was so into art that she took her art supplies with her to the zoo and stopped to draw a picture of her brother Owen right there in the zoo. Owen cooperated nicely, and here's the cute picture she drew. So putting drawings in a book about your family is another option. Suggestion number 3 is something I just learned about from a friend, David Delgado, who is a family historian. He uses Photoshop elements to turn scanned artwork into collages that can be framed and hung on a wall. What I love is how David selects images that work well together, either by color or style or topic, and that he includes the child's photo or signature or both somewhere on the collage. Let's take a look at a few of them. I just love David's idea. It made me realize that I could easily add another double spread using collages like this in my book about Charlie. So instead of hanging a collage on a wall, it would reside inside his book about his early life and bring joy to those who see it in the future, because after all, art is art, whether it's a primitive drawing or a painted masterpiece. Good art will evoke emotion, and kids' art almost always makes me smile and feel happy. So there are 3 ideas for preserving children's art. Special thanks to David Delgado and the kids who created the art for sharing it with all of us. I promised you one last piece of advice. Did you notice I got a picture of Olivia at the zoo holding her drawing of Owen? I didn't think to do that when my kids were little, but it really adds personality to the art, doesn't it? Here are two more examples that are both so much fun. David Delgado did something similar with his collages by adding a picture of the child and a signature. Tell me in the comments below what you've done with your children's art, or if you have any other ideas for sharing the art. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe below and click the bell to receive an email when the next video comes out. I'm Linda Sadgas with FamilyHistoryHero.com, where we show you how to turn boxes of old family photos, slides, and negatives into easy-to-share family stories. Click the link below to find out more.